Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and then, of course, the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. Then I went in with the Too Faced Born This Way Foundation in the color Vanilla and mixed that with the CoverFX Custom Cover Drops in N10. I wanted to use a lot of Too Faced products today. Then I went in, of course, with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and my MAC Prep and Radiant Rose to conceal and highlight. Excuse me. And then, of course, I set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then, of course, I primed my eyes with the Smashbox Photo Finish Eye Primer. And then I used mostly Too Faced and Makeup Geek shadows today. I went in with the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette today. But, of course, I started with Makeup Geek's Beaches and Cream and Creme Brulee in the crease. And then I went over that and blended it more with Nudie, and then went into the Define the Crease more with Cashmere Bunny, and from the Natural Eyes palette, both of those colors. And then on the lid, I went in with Makeup Geek's Foiled Shadow in Whimsical, and then on the outer corners, I went in with Too Faced Natural Eyes palette color in Sexpresso, and then the brow bone, I went in with Heaven from the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, and then on the inner corners I went in with Makeup Geek's Foiled Shadow in Starry Eyed. And then of course, I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Mad Max Brown. And what was funny is that I originally started with the Stila one because I was like, I want to use the Stila one today. And this one I love more. Like, this is my everyday eyeliner. It's my holy grail now, because it's darker than the Stila one, and I don't know if the Stila one might be dried out now. I don't know, but the Kat Von D is much more pigmented than the Stila, so I don't know about that. Then, of course, I primed my lashes with the Stila Lash Stunner Primer, and then went over them with the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. And then I concealed and highlighted, of course, with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and my MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose under my eyes. And then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And then, of course, under the eyes, I went in with on the bottom lashes, I went in with MAC's Extended Play Giga Black Lash. And then I contoured, of course, with the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit in Medium Cocoa, and then, sorry, my mom always has to interrupt, and then baked it with the lighter shade, the light cocoa shade. Then I highlighted with the CoverFX Illuminator in Moonlight. I just really wanted to use it today. I love it. And then I also now am spraying that with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, and I've been using that for the foiled shadows too. And I really have been noticing that the pigmentation lasts a lot longer. It's just still transferring to the crease a little bit, but at least the pigmentation lasts a lot longer, and that's what I was wanting. And then for blush, I did use a new blush today. I used MAC's Mineralized Blush in Warm Soul. I really like it. And I'm probably like the last person ever to own it on the face of the planet. And then, of course, I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. And then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brown Pencil in Brown Natural. And then set that with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then, of course, I set everything with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And then for the lips, I went in with NYX Lip Primer in NYX Lip Primer. And then I lined my lips with the NYX lip liner in Rose, and then I went in with ColourPop's Ultra Matte Lip in Clueless, and I love this color. And that's it. Bye. Everything looked really good today, and the foundation held up perfectly. I've only been wearing it for like 5.5 hours, but it looks so good. So bye. Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I just decided to go with a very simple look. I've just been really into like more basic neutral looks lately than like more like over the top lips and stuff like that for work, even though I did wear some dark lips to work a couple of days in a row. But today I just really wanted to keep it simple. I just thought this lip color looked really pretty already, so I just want to leave it. And plus, like, I'm not in the greatest mood, so I just didn't really feel like wearing something bold. I just wanted to look nice and whatever. So I am going to work shortly. I'm just going to go eat and then change and then leave. It's only 4 o'clock. I have work at 4:55. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water. And then, of course, the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. Then I went in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the color Y225. I am really liking this foundation a lot lately. I've been trying to wear my other foundations besides the Dior or Armani. I really own like maybe only 4 foundations, like real foundations. It's just like the Dior, the Armani, the Makeup Forever, and the Born This Way foundation, because since I have to replace the Cover FX custom cover drops, I'm not really able to go out and buy other foundations that often, because that's basically like spending the same price as it would be for like a regular foundation, because those things are like 40 bucks. But I need that for every day because I use it every single day. So I did mix that in the color N10 with the Makeup Forever foundation. I think this is going to be my favorites video. It is kind of dewy, which I like, and it's very natural looking. It's not as full coverage as the Too Faced Born This Way. I feel like that this kind of had the was like what the Born This Way foundation was kind of trying to achieve, is that this is much more natural than that. So yeah, so anyway, then I concealed and highlighted with my today I used the Maybelline Fit Me concealer because I just really wanted to try it out again, and I really like it. So I used the color Light, and I did no, the color Fair, because I did return Light because that color was a little bit darker for me. So I just kept Fair and I returned Light because I wasn't sure which shade I was. And then, of course, I concealed and highlighted with the Maybelline Fit Me in Fair, and then the MAC Primer Radiant Rose, and then I set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and then I went in, of course, with my Smashbox Photo Finish Eye Primer, and then went over that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And then today I wanted to use my Marc Jacobs palette. I just really wanted to utilize some of the shades today, but I did start out with Beaches and Cream on the crease, and then I went in with Creme Brulee, both from Makeup Geek, on the crease to define it a little bit more. I've been using Creme Brulee every day along with Beaches and Cream. I just think it looks so pretty to start as like a base for other shadows. And then I went into this palette, and I did say that I'm not crazy about this palette because, I mean, I love it. I think the quality is really good. I just think that I create a lot of the same look with these shades. I don't think there's much like variation, but they're really, really pretty. And I do like the looks that I do create with this, but it's always like the same one. But I went in with this shade on the crease to define it a little bit more, and I thought it made it look really pretty. So I didn't really go in with any other shades on the crease. I just went in with my outer corner color. But I did go in with this color on the lid, which is like my favorite lid color from this palette, which is like the only lid color besides like the pink one, but they are pretty shades, and I am going to do a pink look from this palette at some point. I actually really have never really used these 2 colors. I've only used like these 5 colors, but I have used them quite a bit. And then in the outer corners I went in with Makeup Geek's Mocha, because I just find that there's not a darker shade than this one. I mean, I usually use this one on the outer corners, but I went in with Mocha instead because it's a little bit darker. And I found after I went in with this shade, the crease was pretty dark, so I had to go in with an even darker shade on the outer corners. And then on the inner corners, I went in with this shade here, because I really like this color as a inner corner highlight. And then I went in with this shade on the brow bone. So I used like 4 shades from here. That's what I end up doing now. I end up using like 4 palette shades from a palette I'm going to use that day, and then I use like 2 or 3 Makeup Geek shadows, depending on if I'm going to wear a foiled eyeshadow or if I'm just going to use matte shades from Makeup Geek. But I do wear Makeup Geek shades every day. They're just my favorite matte shadows recently. But Beaches and Cream is like my favorite base shade, and I do want to pick up a backup of it soon. And then I lined my eyes, of course, with Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner in Mad Max Brown. And then I went in with the Stila Lash Stunner Primer, and then went in with the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. I've been really loving that for everyday use. It's a really pretty mascara. Then I went in, of course, with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer under the eyes to conceal, and then the MAC Primer Radiant Rose. And then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder like I always do. And then I went in with the MAC Extended Play Cake Black Lash on the bottom lashes like I always do. And then I went in with MAC's Sunbask. I went in with MAC's Sunbask as a blush today, and then I highlighted with MAC's Soft and Gentle. I've just been using a lot of MAC products lately. I've just been like really liking their products lately. And then today I decided to contour with the Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer filter because since I used the Marc Jacobs palette, I wanted to use the Marc Jacobs contour powders. And I love them still. They're still some of my favorites. It's just like, I don't know why this happened here, this patchiness. I think it happened because of MAC Fix Plus. It still looks good, but for some reason it's not blending out. But it looks good. I think I actually just fixed it a little bit like that. But I'm really liking this blush too. It's really, really pretty. But I've been spraying MAC Fix Plus over my highlight to make it, you know, as you can see, it's really, really luminous. Because I saw like Stephanie Nicole do that with hers and really made it like stand out and look really pretty. So I did try that, but I feel like it makes it just a little bit like hard and it kind of runs down my face a little bit. So I'm going to try and spray a little bit higher so it doesn't run. I don't know, when it runs it kind of like, you know, makes it look like this or kind of like runs the contour off a little bit. So I did strictly get MAC Fix Plus for my lids, but we'll see how it works. I'm going to stop rambling because I feel like this has been 10 minutes long already. Then of course I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder and then set that out with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural, and then set that with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then I primed my lips with the NYX Lip Primer. Then I went over it with ColourPop's Lippy Stick and Oh Snap. I was going to use Tulle, but then I just decided to use something very simple today, and I just decided to use this Lippy Stick, and I just decided to stick with this one. And that's it. So I'm going to go eat now. Bye. Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I didn't really have to put on makeup today because I had no designated plans and I didn't have to work. But I just really wanted to do a natural look because I just ran some errands that I wanted to do myself. Like, I went to the gym and then I went to get my nails done, and I did get like a darker color for like the fall, so I'm really happy about this color and I can't wait to, you know, show it off, whatever. But there's really nothing going on. And then I did get to order the 35O Morphe palette today, so I'm very happy about that. It's basically the only thing that made me happy. And I also got my Makeup Geek Dual Chrome Shadow, so I'm going to post that haul pretty shortly. But you're going to see this like next week anyway. So anyway, I primed my face, of course, with the Smashbox Primer Water. And then the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. Then I used the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation again because I really liked how it looked yesterday in the color Y225, and then mixed that with the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10. And then I concealed and highlighted with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Fair, which I've also been really liking, and the MAC Prep and Prime Radiant Rose, and then I set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox Eye Primer. And then I just used all Makeup Geek shadows. Even though I did get my dual chromes today, I decided to keep on the same lid color and just added a dual chrome shadow in the inner corners. So, of course, I used Makeup Geek shadows, like I said. I went in with Beaches and Cream on the crease and then darkened it out with Creme Brulee and then defined it a little bit more with Latte. And then on the outer corners, I went in just a little bit with Mocha. Just very naturally. I didn't want to make it too dark. And then on the eyes, I went in with the foiled eyeshadow in Starry Eyed. I was going to use In the Spotlight, but then I really wanted to use like a more natural one. So I love this shade on the lid. It's so beautiful. It's usually my favorite inner corner highlight, but we'll get into that in a second. And then I went in with Vanilla Bean on the brow bone. And then on the inner corners, I originally went in with Shimma Shimma, but then since I got the dual chrome shadows, I wanted to try out one of them on the inner corners. So I went in with I'm Peachless on the inner corners. It's really pretty. I didn't line my eyes today because, again, I didn't know what I was doing today, so I just ended up not doing anything. And then I just primed my lashes with the Stila Lash Stunner Primer, and then went over them with the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. And then went in with the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash on the bottom. Then I concealed and highlighted with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Fair, and then the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. And then, of course, I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Oh my god, talk today. I didn't contour because, again, very natural, so I just went in with MAC's Warm Soul Mineralized Blush, which I've been really liking lately, and then I highlighted with Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Opal. If I don't contour and I don't do like eyeliner, I still like doing an intense highlight. So I just wanted to use Opal today. And then, of course, I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. I don't know why the lighting just changed. And I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural. My eyebrows are not cooperating with me today, so forgive how bad they look. And then set that with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then for the lips, I went in with NYX's lip primer and then went over them with MAC's matte lipstick in Honey Love. And then I just set everything with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, bye. Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water, and then the went over that with the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. And then foundation, I used the Giorgio Armani Luminous Still Foundation in the color 5 just because I haven't used it in a couple days, and obviously I wanted to use my favorite foundation again, and mix that with the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10. Then concealed and highlighted with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm, and my MAC Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose. Then, of course, I set all that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox Photo Finish 24-Hour Primer. And then I went in with all Makeup Geek shadows today because I really wanted to use some of the new dual chrome shades that I got yesterday. So obviously I had to go in with them today. So I did use Makeup Geek shadows yesterday, and I used Makeup Geek shadows today. So I went in with like 3 dual chrome shades on the lid. First, of course, I went in with Beaches and Cream on the crease, and then darkened it up with Creme Brulee, and then darkened up the crease even more with Cocoa Bear. Then I went in with the dual chrome shade in Karma. As you can see, look how gorgeous that is. Do you see that? Isn't it so pretty? And I just couldn't decide to use just one shade on my lid, so I had to use another one, and this one is called Mai Tai, so I used that on the center of the lid. I loved how this look turned out. I think it looked really pretty. And then on the outer corners, I did use another one. It didn't really show like the dual chrome effect of this shade, but I really wanted to use it on the outer corners, so I used Steampunk on the outer corners. I thought it looked really cool. And then on the brow bone, of course, I just went in with Vanilla Bean. And then to fill in my eye, to line my eyes, I went in, of course, with Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner in Trooper, not Mad Max Brown, because I just wanted to give a little bit more definition, to use black instead of brown. And then, of course, I went over my lashes with the Stila Lash Stunner Primer, and then went over them with the Stila Huge Lash Extreme Mascara. And then in the inner corners, I went in with another dual chrome shade. So I used 4 of them today. Since I didn't get to use any of them yet, I had to use 4. I did talk about my everyday makeup look yesterday, but actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I'm hoping that I did. But I did pop one of the dual chrome shades in my inner corner after I got them. I didn't want to mess up like the foiled eyeshadow I was wearing, but I did pop one in my inner corners today, so I did use the dual chrome shade in Voltage, and I thought it looked really cool on the inner corners, so that's what I did for my eyes, and I love how it turned out. And then on the bottom, I went in, of course, with the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash, and then concealed and highlighted with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light and Warm, and my MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. And then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then, of course, I contoured with the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit with the medium shade, and then lightened and baked it with the lighter shade. Then I highlighted today with Becca's Sugar Skin Perfector Pressed in Champagne Pop. I just love it, so I wanted to use it again today. And then for blush, I went in with MAC's Shimmer Blush in Sunbask. I've just been switching on and off between that and Warm Soul lately because there are 2 new shades that I have gotten, so I wanted to use those. And then, of course, I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder, and then, of course, I set everything with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural, and then set that with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then for lips, I went in with, of course, the NYX Lip Primer, and then I went in and lined them with the 24/7 Glide On Slide On Pencil from Urban Decay in Liar. And then I filled them in with ColourPop's Ultra Matte Lip in Tulle. And I love this shade. And Dusted. So yeah, Makeup Geek and ColourPop are just, they're like my 2 favorite brands from online. Like Too Faced, ColourPop, Makeup Geek. just have been killing it, and Urban Decay. Like, those are my top 4 always. And yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hi. So today I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look. It is a really, really shitty day out today because of the hurricane that is slowly moving up the coast. It's not supposed to be like hitting us fully, but it's been giving us like really bad rain the past couple of days, and it's supposed to get like worse tomorrow, I think. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I don't have any plans tonight, so I'm just going to be home, like, taping some videos and watching some 30 Rock. So anyway, like, one of my friends wanted me to go out, but he lives all the way in Bayshore, so I'm not going to go all the way to Bayshore in this weather. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water, like I said, like I usually do, and then went over it with the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. Then I went in with the Dior Air Flash Spray Foundation in the color Ivory and mixed that with the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10. Then, of course, I concealed and highlighted with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and my MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Then, of course, I set everything with my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox Photo Finish 24-Hour Primer. Then, today I went in with some Too Faced shadows and some Makeup Geek shadows. I used the Too Faced Vegas Nay palette today. I went in, of course, with Beaches and Cream first from Makeup Geek. And then I went in with Millennial as the crease shade and then darkened up the crease more with the color Girls Night. And then on the lid, I went in with some dual chrome shadows. I went in with I'm Peachless right here. Then I went in with Havoc on the center of the lid. And then I went in with the Vegas Nay palette again and went in with that color Jackpot for the outer corners. So as you can see, look at the dual chrome effect this Havoc color gives, if you can see that. It's so pretty. And then I was going to only use I'm Peachless, but I was like, you know what, let me try this one out too. I've been wanting to try it out, and I just popped it on the center of the lid. I think it looks really pretty. Then, of course, I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Mad Max Brown. And then I primed my lashes with the Stila Lash Stunner Primer. And then I went over them with the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. Then on the inner corners, I went in with Karma and Voltage, those two dual chrome shadows from Makeup Geek. It was like pretty intense earlier, but now I really like how it looks. It just looks so cool. Like, it's not completely yellow. It's like a greenish yellow. Ugh, it's so pretty. So I wanted to use those on the inner corners as well. And then on the bottom lashes, I went in with MAC's Sun and Play Gecko Black Lash, like I always do. And then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and my MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. And then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I skipped contouring today because I didn't have time in the morning. So I just highlighted today with Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Champagne Pop. And then for blush, I went in with MAC's Shimmer blush in the color Sunbask. And then I set everything with the Urban Decay Chill. Well, I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light powder. And then I set everything with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil and Brown Natural. And set that with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I know I have to clean up my brows. Just like, I really dread doing it. I hate it. And then, for my lips, I primed them with the NYX Lip Primer and then filled them in with the Lime Crime Velveteen in Bleached. And that's it, boy! Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. Then, of course, I went in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in the color 5 and the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10. Then I concealed and highlighted with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and my MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Then I set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Primer and then went over that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And then today I went in with Makeup Geek and the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette because I really wanted to use it today. So I went in with, of course, Peaches and Cream on the crease first, and then I went in with a few Kat Von D shades. So the first one I used was this, I believe this brown shade here. I usually end up using this one in most of the looks that I do for Kat Von D. And this one is called Latinus, and I put that in the crease as my crease color over the Peaches and Cream. Then I went in with this warmer red shadow called Lucius, and I actually found that this one's like darker than Cocoa Bear and doesn't like, it's not as warm toned as Cocoa Bear, but it's still really pretty, so I really like using it. And then I threw this one on the outer corner here, and that one is called Citri. And then on the brow bone, I went in with, I think it was this one right here, and that one is called Succubus. I love how I ended up using like most of these colors here, even though I wanted to go for like a warm tone look. I don't think I ended up using these. So that's what I used from the Kat Von D palette. And then on the lid, I went in with the Dual Chrome Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Steampunk. And I think it looks really cool, as you can see. Like, look at that dual chrome effect. And then I lined my eyes, of course, with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Mad Max Brown. And then, of course, I primed my lashes with the Stila Lash Stunner Primer, and then went over that with the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and my MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Then, of course, I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I contoured today with the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit with the medium shade, and then baked it with the lighter shade. Then I highlighted today with Becca Shermie Skin Perfector Pressed and Champagne Pop. I've been like really obsessed with that highlighter. It's like one of my favorites now. Well, it's been my favorite for like ever already. And then I went in with Makeup Geek's Blush in Bliss, which I've also been loving those, and I just got them yesterday, and I got to try out that blush today, and I really love it. And then, of course, I set everything with the, well, I went over everything, I can't talk, with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder, and then I set everything with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural, and then set that with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then today, I was actually wearing Kat Von D's Studded Lip Kiss lipstick in Lolita earlier today to work, but then I changed it to like a bolder lip, because you guys know I love that, like, darker, vampy lips for the fall. If it's a little bit overlined, I'm sorry. I had to reapply this like 4 times. Not saying that it was bad. I just feel like this one's from ColourPop. This is, well, I primed my lips with the NYX lip primer and then lined them with the NYX lip liner in Hot Red. I feel like I need to pick up a little bit, a couple more Urban Decay ones though, because I love those so much already, like so much more than the NYX ones. But the NYX ones are good, but the Urban Decay ones are amazing. And then I filled in my lips with the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Avenue. I was originally going to stick with Tulle because I love brown lips for the fall right now, but I haven't worn this one yet, so I wanted to try it out. And I like it. I just think it's a little bit streaky, and this one's definitely like the most drying out of all of them. But yeah, that's it. So bye. Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look really quickly. So, today I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. Then, of course, I went in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in the color 5 and the Custom Cover Drops, the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10. And I actually applied that with the new Morphe brush that I hauled yesterday. But you'll be seeing this actually tomorrow, because this is the last clip that I have to film before I put up the video tomorrow. And I really like the brush. I think it gave a really beautiful coverage, and I did use the other Morphe brushes today to apply my eyeshadow, and I think it turned out pretty well. Then I, of course, concealed and highlighted with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and my MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Then I set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then, of course, I primed my eyes with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, eye primer. I always screw up that name, and then went over that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I used 2 dual chrome shades and a couple of shades from Too Faced. So I used the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette today, but I did go in with Beaches and Cream first from Makeup Geek, like I always do, on the crease first. Then I went in with Cashmere Bunny. Now I went in with Nudie, and then I went in with Cashmere Bunny on the crease, and then I went in with Sexpresso on the outer corner. Then on the lid, I went in with Makeup Geek's Dual Chrome Shadow in Phantom. I really thought there was going to be more pink in it, but actually it's a little bit more purplish. So I did throw on a little bit of Whimsical over it to try and make it look more pink, and it does kind of look pink on camera, but it looks a little bit more purple in person, but on camera it looks pretty pink because I wanted to match it with this lip color. But I like how it looks. I think I like this look that I turned up with. This was for work, so anyway, and then on the brow bone, of course, I went in with Heaven from Too Faced. Then I lined my eyes with Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner in Mad Max Brown. Then I went in with all my lashes with Stila's Lash Stunner Primer and the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. And then on the inner corners, I went in with Makeup Geek's Dual Chrome shade in Rockstar. I just thought the gray would look cool with the purple, so I decided to throw that on the inner corners. I thought it looked really cool. And then on the bottom lashes, of course, I went with the MAC Extended Play Cake Black Lash. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with my Urban Decay Concealer in Light Warm and my MAC Prep and Prime Radiant Rose. And then, of course, I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I didn't have time to contour today. I don't know why I don't ever have time to do everything. I'm always, like, running late. At least I made it on time to work, but I'm always running late doing everything. So I just put on blush and highlighted. So I used Makeup Geek's Spellbound blush today, and I've been loving this blush already. It is so pretty, so I just want to use it like every day now. It is so gorgeous. It's like a perfect nude pink color. I love it. And then I just highlighted with Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector Press in Opal. I did not use Champagne Pop today. I used Opal instead. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder, and then set that with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural, and then set that with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then for the lips, excuse this over here, I just don't feel like fixing it, but I love this color so much. I primed my lips with the NYX Lip Primer and then went over them with the ColourPop Lippy Stick in Contempo. Now I'm going to sit on my ass and watch some 30 Rock. So that's it. Bye!